Hello and welcome to Move the Line Prop Drop Show, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Ryan Noonan, joined by my friends Connor Allen and John Hyslop. We are back to talk about the best way, most profitable way, bet on NFL football, and that is through player props. Week 16. Can't believe we are this far along. It feels like we're just early in the season. We're so hyped to get back together, and it's almost over. Live here, 3 p.m. Eastern every Friday, 4 for 4 bets on the YouTube channel, giving out our favorite player props. We are taking your questions too. So if you're hanging out now on YouTube, jump in the chat. Let us know what your favorite prop look is for week 16. Obviously, you can find Move the Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Joining us is the best chance to get the price and the number. These things move fast. This audience is thirsty. We appreciate that. Connor, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing, just locked in demon mode right now. Canceled my Christmas vacation just so I can bet more. And for anyone who doesn't know what I'm referring to, just go see my tweet and the quote tweet that I had there. But no, excited for today. We got college football playoffs. We got more Kevin Jennings. My SMU shirt just came in the mail. I am hyped. So I'm rocking that tomorrow, and I'm jacked up for Kevin Jennings.
Kevin Jennings season slop. What's going on, buddy?
I know I'm very excited for Kevin tomorrow. All the college football. I know it's an NFL show, but all the college football is legit this week. Like I didn't know how awesome the playoff was going to be until like now. Now I'm really realizing like this is incredible because we still have NFL tomorrow too. So think about that for a second. Like this is going to be probably one of the greatest weekends of our lives, maybe better.
They're really, really pushing the limits of anyone in a relationship.
Oh shit! Is that Kevin?
Yeah,
they're calling me, dude. They're calling me.
People want to know why it's green. Money though, baby, right?
So on my other stream, the Odds Jam stream, been dominating with the green background. It took me a while to realize it, but it was the green background. So I'm figuring now I bring that to this show. Now we start dominating or keep dominating, like however you want to phrase it. But we're going to do that.
I'm excited about it. I'm cooking right now. Unfortunately, I haven't been cooking the show. I am 18-3 on the last 2 weeks on official plays. Absolutely just destroying it. I think I've given out all 3 of those losers on the show. So
yeah, no, I do the same thing, Ryan.
Got to start cooking
Ryan, I had
the
the
show.
Best weekend of my life. I feel like Sunday was just incredible. And you know what I lost? Tyreek Hill, which gave out here, and Jameson Williams, which I gave out here. Jameson Williams played in the game where the guy literally almost set a record in passing yards. He didn't get 60. It's like, what are we going to do? So that's what I'm saying. You bring the green light, and let's go.
Love it. I feel real good about it. I was going to say, they're testing our relationship status this coming week. It is this weekend's, whatever, it's fine. But then next week, they start getting real aggressive with us. We got the Wednesday, literally Christmas Day. They just told the NBA to go pound sand. They're like, it's not your day anymore. We're going to snatch that up. Then, obviously, normal Thursday night game. We got, obviously, college football playoffs on Friday. Saturday, 3 NFL Island games. They spaced it out basically like Thanksgiving. Full Sunday slate. Monday Night Football. When we get into more bowl games, it is, I don't know about you guys. I've just been priming my wife, just letting her know, like, babe, it's a busy time of year for football. Like, just, start to find areas where you can contribute to the family before, to know that you have that football time. It's rough. It's going to be a lot of football.
It's got to be a scheduled guy, Ryan. You got to know what's coming. That's all you got to do. Just know what's coming. You'll get through it. Your whole family will get through it. They know. You know what I mean? They know what's going on. It's not a secret. So they'll be fine. It took me years. And we're probably in the same boat. So, Connor, if this ever happens to you, just head down right through it. I know you canceled a vacation, so you're already getting there. You're already preparing, so that's good. But, yeah, head down straight through it. Can't be stopped.
Well, Connor's married, but no kids. It's a little bit easier to juggle.
It doesn't count.
My wife is permanently primed, to be honest. Like, it's just,
it kind of is.
Like, see what I'm saying? So you're good. So now you just got to get whenever you get the kids, just get them. Like, it's good. It's a big snowball, and it just keeps getting bigger. But it always goes down.
Like, we met each other when we were like 20. So like, I was like, if you don't like me watching football, you can just fuck right off. Like, I'm like, this is not, this is my world. Like, and
Yep.
you know, like all that stuff. And so now obviously we're married, so it's all, you know, a little bit more give and take. But survived that. Now we're in the point where I can, you know, again, football Sundays for football, and other days are also now for football.
That's great dating advice for anyone in the chat who's not currently either in a serious relationship or not currently married. No, I'm being honest. Like this stuff, this matters
For sure.
And if it really does matter to you, you got to lay that out there straight up. It's fair to the girl too, or your guy or whoever, your significant other, right? You know, lay it out there. Don't tip tap around it. Just put it out there, because if it start to peel back later, and it only gets harder. So put it out front. Just lead with your best, and then then all the cards are on the table. Just honest transparency.
Big honesty, guy. Honesty is the best policy. It's what they say. A lot of people say it's not true, but that is true. Just tell them. That's
way better than happy wife, happy life.
Exactly.
You deserve to be happy too. Okay.
Yep. And if
any females that are watching the show and your boyfriend wants to push back, you deserve it too, right? Hang out, watch your football, do your thing, but you got to be able to experience it and enjoy life yourself too. You deserve it.
100%. If they don't like you, they're just going to leave. You're going to dodge a bullet. So if you win, dude. Everyone wins.
Exactly.
Everybody wins here.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. 5 minutes in, good relationship advice. I mean, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate.
These are lifelong gifts. It's gifts you keep giving.
What's up, Andrew? I see you.
Love it. Yeah, if they leave, you can watch more football. Patrick understands it. So, all right. She said last week, we are greatly appreciate the support that the show gets. There are, a few thousand of you will watch or listen, but less than half of you subscribe to the channel or the podcast. So change that. Hit a thumbs up along the way as well. Again, move the line wherever you listen to podcasts. 4for4 Bets on the YouTube channel. Tune in on Wednesdays. That is our sides, totals, futures, awards, all that stuff as well. Connor and I went game by game this past week, kind of kicking it old school. Talked about every game on the slate. So if you want to know what our leans are for the week or any bets that we're making sides and totals wise, you can check out the Wednesday episode as well. This is going away. We've been talking about our friends over at Rebet. A great deal for you to get on all the action that we have is through them right now. It's a sweepstakes app with a sports book. They have prop builder as well. So if you're looking for more outs, Rebet is a terrific option. This is going away with the new year. So this calendar changes. You got to get it in. Don't wait until 31st. The ball's dropping. You're like, wait a second, I need to take advantage of the Rebet deal. Just do it today. $10 on Rebet, promo code HIGHSLOP when you sign up. Free month of 4for4's betting subscription and a free month of High Slops Dub Club. Again, insane deal. It's going away. Football is going away too. So this is your best time to take advantage of it. Check it out. Any questions, let us know. Again, just download Rebet, promo code HIGHSLOP, deposit $10, and you're good to go. You get an email about 48 hours later, and you'll get access to all that stuff. So, all right. Let's get it. Live lines, no stale bread, all available for you to bet right now. Connor, floor is yours. Kick us off week 16. What's your first play?
I was on mute. One, I don't even know if we talked about here before the show, but DK Metcalf over, I think it's 61.5. This one's moving on me a bunch. I mean, he's had a slow last 4 games, but this is a great spot to bounce back. Vikings allowing the second most targets to wideouts overall, most yards per game to outside wide receivers in the NFL right now. Also, Rich Rebar, great note here. Metcalf seeing career high 30% of his targets on throws 20 yards or further downfield, which has led to some volatility, to be honest, and especially in the last couple of weeks, we've seen it. Minnesota allowing a 42.6% catch rate on those targets, which is 28th right now. So on top of some good, schematics there, the offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb went out of his way last week to say, I was up at night thinking about how we did not get the ball to DK Metcalf. He said, for the first time ever, it pissed me off that I couldn't get him the ball more. Guy like that, you just got to find ways to get him the football. So, there's a little bit longer on that. I mean, the dog is in the house, by the way, here in Slop Street. This is electric. Look at that. Look at that pup. I mean, this is...
It's a good boy right there.
Yeah, so this is... I can't imagine a further confirmation of a DK Metcalf bet than Slop on a green screen with the pup. So yeah, all in on DK this week. I think it's a great bounce back week, and we're getting a discount. It's 60 yards. If he had played a good couple games, he'd be in this mid 70s, I think, right now. I'm
going to join you on that one. I think it is a absolute banger of a play. So I'm going to officially hug that one. I think that's a great look. I knew I was going to message last night. We saw that Coach Speak come out, and I think it's fantastic. Slop over for Connor on this first one.
Yeah, no, I like that. I got DK over 4.5 receptions earlier today. It was like minus 120. So we talked about the 2-leg parlay theory that I have. It's probably not my theory. It's probably someone else's, but whatever. I'm in now, so it's mine. But yeah, no, I think he goes off. So, I mean, dude, it's gonna be a great week. Yeah, Patrick's wife thinks about DK all the time in bed too. So, you know what I mean? Everybody's on DK tonight or Sunday.
Yeah, those OnlyFans he stood up back in the day, right? Didn't he have there's a meetup that went wrong and she put him on blast?
It happens.
He's got a type. I don't know if you saw the girl, but yeah, he's got a good for DK. He's got a type. But yeah, it's a banger of a play.
DK's a big dude, man.
I'm gonna let that walk away from that one. Give the floor to you, Slop. First play, green screen winners. I could feel it. What do we got?
All right, so I'll preface this by saying I got plus 150, but you can get Cooper Rush 2+ touchdowns plus 126 at FanDuel. That's as free as the air we're all breathing right now. I mean, that's crazy. A lot of people don't realize this about Cooper Rush. Did you watch the 2014 Popeyes Bahamas Bowl, Ryan?
Twice.
That day? Okay, yeah. It's Christmas Eve. You were just a young kid, Connor. You might have seen it, though. It's Christmas Eve, 2014. Chippewas are getting their asses kicked. It's 49-14 going in the fourth quarter against Western Kentucky. Cooper Rush brought them all the way back. They lost that game 49-48 because they decided to go for 2, didn't get it, whatever. Guy threw 7 touchdowns that day. Now, fast forward one short decade later, he's 2+ touchdowns, and we're looking at plus 126 against the Bucks, who've given up literally 23 touchdown passes this season. Like, these guys give it up. They just give it up. I was going to say something about someone's wife, but I'm not going to do that. But anyways, 2+ touchdowns, plus 126. If you want to go 3, you can. It's out there. I personally am not going to do that. I'm just going to stack cash this week. Let's go 2+.
I like it. I like the callback on a bowl game 10 years ago too. That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it matters.
Yeah, it matters.
Clearly.
You got plus 150. What's the number now?
That was plus 150 at Ballybet earlier. So everybody knows Ballybet. That's not even a serious sports book, but they were given that. Now they've come back down. So now it's 126 at FanDuel. It's the best price you can get. We like FanDuel on this show. So
we do.
Yep.
Shout out to our DraftKings.
No way that guy doesn't throw 2 touchdowns. No chance.
No.
We're talking Cooper Rush here.
Connor, any thoughts? I like some passing game elements there for sure. What are your thoughts here?
No, I like it. I totally agree. I think Slop's onto something here. It's,
I think the 2014 bowl reference was applicable.
Of course. I mean, my brain right now is only in college football playoff mode right now. But yeah, the callbacks to college football, bowl games in 2014, those always hit home. I was at least sentient for those games. So,
like barely.
How old were you in 2014?
I just graduated high school.
Nice work. I was hammered putting together a jumperoo for my kids, literally Christmas Eve, and watching them just like, cause I had Western Kentucky minus 3.5, and my buddy kept texting me. It's like they scored again. I'm like, dude, shut up, Stu. We already won. They're killing them. Dude, we didn't cover. They were winning 49-14 going into the fourth quarter. We didn't cover. We almost had to cancel Christmas. Like, almost had to. I almost quit gambling. Thank
Original
God
bad
I
beat.
didn't. No, I stepped up. I was like, guys, you know what? It happens. I'm thinking like, no, it doesn't. That doesn't happen. That never happens to anybody. But it did happen. And I'm still here today. So anybody wants to holler about a bad beat or cry about it, let's talk 2014. All right. Bahamas Bowl. All right.
Hey, you're still here. He's still out here chucking tutties around. Like everyone's still doing their thing.
I think Stu quit gambling though. It happened.
Okay. Yeah.
But that was many years later.
No, didn't go into demon mode quick enough. Like Connor suggested,
dial in,
Lock
could
in.
have grabbed the weekend by the balls and went demon mode, and he'd have been locked in. But hey, he probably took a lunch break. Probably took his foot off the gas because it's late December. It's the holiday season. Like, wasn't thinking about his competition.
Have you ever seen that guy before? So I clicked on him. His name's Alex Finn on X. In his bio, he says Steve Jobs mixed with Steve Austin.
I like it. It's hard to beat that. That's a great combo.
It
Like,
is.
think about
So what
it.
does he pound Miller High Lifes or
The
the champagne and beers?
I don't know, man.
I
mean,
like the Miller High Life.
Yeah, it's the champagne and beers.
You ever
all I
seen the
know
kid with
is-
Down syndrome do the Austin, but with the bottles, and his family got all like they were in the pool, and he was all fired up, and they're like, "No!" When he does it, they're trying to bust. Like, oh man! So every time I think
Just glass shatter everywhere.
Oh yeah, glass broke. Like, it definitely broke. It was like that was a. I was like, dude, don't do it. This guy was like, yeah, he was fired up, man. He had no idea like why they were so mad.
All right, Slob, you'll appreciate this one. I know you've been a big tight end guy since at least maybe 89 in that range.
Yep.
Look, it's calendar says December, but still October season. And we're getting the dip. We're buying the dip on Brock Bowers, over 64.5 receiving yards. This is available on Caesars -113. It's all in this range, no matter where you're at. Connor's in on this with me too. This is a joint release with Connor and myself, so which is just fantastic. When you get Connor in on these overs too, you feel really good about it. So we only had 2 games where Aiden O'Connell has played from start to finish, and in those games we have 24 Brock Bowers targets. He's caught 19 of them for 211 yards. They are beat up in the backfield. They're going to chuck the ball here time and time again. This game matters, I think, for who's going to get the top pick there in the draft. I think it matters a ton, but like, hey, pretty soft path forward when you're targeting Jags in the passing game. And actually tight ends in particular, especially just of late, when you look at who they've played recently, any tight end with a pulse that they've played has been right around this number, has gone over it. Dalton Schultz 61, Hawkinson 72, Tucker Kraft 78, Hunter Henry 92 yards. How many times you got to throw the ball to Hunter Henry for him to get 92 yards? It's a lot. Cole Kmet 70. We only need 64.5 for Brock Bowers. Literally the best tight end prospect to enter the league in probably most of our lifetime, maybe Connor's lifetime, because he's so young. So all slatters, all the stuff here. I think receptions just popped just before we went live, but I think yardage is the way to go here on Brock. So yeah, Caesar's the best number here. Connor, anything that I missed or anything you want to add?
I don't think so. I think you basically nailed it. I mean, it's a great spot. Like, again, another guy we're buying low on. Like, it's, I think so at this time of year, people, like kind of buy into these like pockets of like maybe a bad game or two from a player that we know is pretty dominant and that has like massive upside. And now we're getting just like a great pairing for matchup, from quarterback play, from, likely game script, backfield. You mentioned it all. So it's like there's like multiple factors working in our favor here that I think Bowers can get there. And even if 1 or 2 don't pan out, like, I mean, it's, again, they still got the other ones to lean on here. So a lot of different outs.
Yeah. Looks like it's moving on Caesars. It makes sense. I think 65.5 and other places too. DraftKings, FanDuel. I'd play 66.5 still on Caesars, but shop it around for sure. I mean, comfortably playing to 70, probably mid 70s, to be honest. Like Connor said, I feel like we're buying the dip here because the Riddler experience was so poor. It's just, suppressing the number that should be way higher. So Slop, Brock Bowers, thoughts?
I like it. That's the perfect bullshit game for nonsense. You know what I mean? So that's where you want to look for ladders and games like that. And you found one.
Yeah. Patrick's dialed in today. He's in the chat throwing out some stuff we talked about pregame as well. Absolutely. I'd love to see the subs dialed in here. All right, Connor, back to you. Next play for week 16.
All right, next play for me is, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Tim Patrick, under 2.5 receptions. Sounds gross. I like Tim Patrick, but he's had 4 and 6 receptions the last 2 games on 100 pass attempts from Jared Goff. 100 pass attempts in 2 games, not really a sustainable thing here. They're against the Bears this week. Touchdown road favorites. Also, I think Goff's probably gonna have to like the mid-30s attempts range. Wouldn't surprise me though to see him go even lower. I mean, we're looking at the Lions here outdoors. I mean, it's a little chilly. It's not going to be super cold, but we're talking like high 20s with the wind chill, maybe mid to low 20s. And we've seen Goff struggle in similar weather, even though it's not like bad weather for most people. Jared Goff has hands the size of my nephew, who's like 13 years old. I mean, just little baby
Little
tanned, can't really grip a ball that well, can't grip it and rip it in the cold. So I think they could go run heavy even without David Montgomery. Like, I think that it's one of those things where, I mean, they have some other guys behind him that I think are more than capable. And I think we see a big dose of Gibbs. So I don't know. I see way less volume. And I mean, he's like the 4th or 5th option. Like, you know, this is like a guy that shouldn't be 2.5 receptions. He's just been crushing lately against, again, on like insane passing volume in games that are super high scoring.
Pretty hot. What do you think here, Slop? I know you probably wouldn't play the over. Maybe is that your endorsement?
No. All right. So it depends on what price we got, because I saw him earlier at like plus 120 the under. I almost went swimming in those waters just because I agree with everything Connor said. Dude, wow. Goff. Well, a lot of people don't know this, but Goff's an indoor cat. Like, that's why his year has been what it is. I'm not saying he sucks or anything like that. I'm just saying he's an indoor cat playing a lot of games inside this year. People forget Goff is not an outdoor cat. When he goes outside, it's like he's been like declawed or something. Like the other cats, they can kill him out there. That's why they got to keep him inside. So there's no way that he's going to be throwing the ball a lot. Like, they know he's an indoor cat. They're gonna keep him like really on a real short leash. I don't think cats are on leashes, but if they were, it'd be a short cat leash. All right. They're gonna run the ball. You don't have to do too much to beat the Bears. They're gonna have these 8-minute drives that suck all the time and the fun out of the game. And it's gonna be a game you wish you didn't watch. I got his under, I think it's 23.5 completion. Dude, Connor, this is like an over on how like bad he is outside.
Slop, are you talking my language? Like,
I'm so excited. I don't even know what's going on.
The first thing I thought was like, how do they think this game's going to triple overtime? Like, those stats don't even count anyways. So like how is he going to complete 23.5 passes when it's outside? It's Goff. That ain't going to happen. And Tim Patrick's going to pay for it. Watch. It's sad, man. It's sad. I wanted to take J-Mo again, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah. This is a great reference from Z-Man in the chat. Goff has hands like Gilly from Saturday Night Live. If you're not familiar, it's old Kristen Wiig character. Fantastic. Google Gilly from Saturday Night Live. It is the whole bit is that she has strangely really small hands. So yeah, it's great. Actually, Connor, because of this game, week 16 in Chicago, wouldn't let me bet Goff MVP in the preseason because it was like, hey, look, whatever's going to happen, that's going to fall to house of cards because week 16, he's going to have to go into the elements for the first time all year. And we know how that works. It's, you know, remember there were like great Rams teams and he was crushing back in the day. Came to Chicago in December and they like scored like 3 points, I think. Just absolute dud. So again, and he hasn't been outside all year. Domesticated house cat, I think, is a great way. Slop, I like it.
It is.
Inside cat, dude.
I mean, if you remember, I remember that game was a good bit colder, but it was like, you know, it was like, well, not a good bit colder. I mean, it was like 10 degrees, 15 degrees. So, I mean, it's like, obviously it's colder, but it's not like, I don't know, it's still cold. And golf splits, like when it's like freezing, like 32 is not even that cold. Like, you know, you can still play football in 32-degree weather.
Go to the beach.
Like, yeah, like obviously what the Chiefs and Dolphins played in the playoffs was like different, like swirling winds, snow, -degree temperatures. That's a different story. It's like, I mean, golf like might not even be like able to warm up in that weather. So like, no. It's actually good for his health that it's not that weather because I'd be worried about him. You know what I mean? Like, he's
gonna see that there's no roof on that stadium and be like, wait a minute, like I don't even want to do this.
I mean, he's gonna have his hand if you watch him play in the cold, he has his hands in his pockets the entire time. Like he's literally just like taking his hands out to snap the ball and hand it off basically every play.
It's true. Yep. I like it. Slop talking about unders like season is.
I know.
I don't know what's gonna happen next season.
I didn't know what to do, man. Like when I first saw the number, I was like, damn, like I went with I could never take that over to like, how do I not take that under? I mean, that's like it's free money. I mean, it's Christmas, but I mean, like you don't expect to be given free money like that.
Yeah. You can imagine next season Slops is out here banging unders all year. It'd be wild times.
That's gonna suck.
I mean, see, look at this. It's the green is like getting to him. You know, he likes winning, so he starts betting more unders. You know,
the problem is he likes the ladders, he likes the alts, he likes the plus money. So that doesn't really work for the under.
Yeah, they don't give you that. And and like that, like anything's possible with an over ladder. You got to limit the under. Like it has to. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. It's tough, man. My brain's
not dead.
That.
I know the under team will tell you, the bets winning until it's not. The over crowd will tell you that bet's not done until the game is over. So
you always have a chance too with the over.
Yeah. So, all right, Slop, what do you got, buddy?
All right, so this one I don't really have a lot of real analysis, nothing like the Cooper Rush angle, but it was that kid for the Jaguars, Brian Thomas Jr. 90+ yards right now. It's 168 plus 168 at FanDuel. Let me check to see. I think that's the best price. I'm almost positive that is. That kid's going over 100. So if you want to do 100, it's plus 240. But we talked about him last week. He is by far the best they have to offer at that position. I think they're going to have to throw. We already talked about this as like a total like bullshit game. Like this game shouldn't even be played, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not even a don't play it guy, but like, what are we doing? Like it's a nonsense game. Well, I bet we see a lot of nonsense. Yeah, Ballybet's got 180, but I don't know anybody that can bet more than $2 over there. So we'll call it 168 at FanDuel. You can get a real bet down. If you want to go 240 at FanDuel, you can. But like I said, 90+ is definite. Like it's not like he's been doing this all season, but Mac Jones just locked in on him last week. Like locked in. It was almost like there was no one else other than that tight end, but that whatever that is. But Brian Jones or Brian. Hang on.
Thomas Jr.
Him too. I like it.
I like it. Connor, any thoughts?
I mean, Brian Thomas is like, I think he's just like an awesome player. He's probably one of my favorite players, honestly, in the league right now. The guy's just, he's just so good. Like we talked about, what was it, a couple weeks ago, Brian Thomas versus Parker Washington. And I mean, it was just like, I'm so glad we went Brian Thomas. I mean, the parlay didn't win, but like it just talked me into like, all right, Brian Thomas basically every week, even with Mac Jones. I think it could be Brenton Strange week again too with Mac Jones in this matchup. Kind of interesting, but that's basically it. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's like these like random tight ends just come out of nowhere, catch like 11 balls, and then just, I mean, maybe they'll have like 4 or 5 this week, but we might not remember him by this time next year.
Here's the thing, like. This is kind of a JMO play for me, though, just so you know. Like, it's like, I like JMO. Like, well, I like Brian Thomas, too, like, a lot. Like, that dude is good. That dude's really good. And I don't think a lot of people know it. And I don't know that we have that long of, like, being able to bet, like, 100 plus 240 on that guy. Like, he is, like, very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no one's left. Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, Hoops in the chat mentioning, too, but they're moving him to the slot now, too. So we're getting, like, slot BTJ. Everyone's dead. Kirk's dead. Gabe Davis died. Ingram's dead. It's just like there's not a lot of dudes. It's Parker Washington and BTJ. So yeah, he's they're cooking. So Mac Jones. Look, it's not a guy that has
don't say it.
Inflated self-worth, I would say. Mac Jones is a fan of himself, right? Like he thinks he should be a starting NFL quarterback, and he has a little runway to try to cook and prove that that's the case, right? So he's going to try to do that. And, your best bet is probably to fire the ball to the dude that can catch the slant and take it to the house as many times as possible.
All roads lead to Brian Thomas Jr. if you want to keep your job as a starting quarterback in the NFL or look good on film. You know what I mean? That's it if you're Mac Jones. I thought you were going to say he's not that bad. And I was like, Brian, I know, man. Like,
no, we had it, man. I've seen enough of the games.
Like, he's not that good.
He's not that good.
That sucks.
Definitely had convinced myself, at least for a little bit, that he was.
There was a chance, and
game manager plus, right? Like he was, that. But
Brady was a game manager. Yeah, I've heard it all up. You know what I mean? It's like we tried, but there was no. It won't work.
Now we got Drake May, so we're ready to go.
Rip that Band-Aid right off.
Yeah. All right. I'm kind of piggybacking a little bit with Slop's Cooper Rush play because I love the spot for CeeDee Lamb. I'm in on CeeDee Lamb over 71.5 receiving yards. This is FanDuel, Builder, DraftKings, MGM. If you have Fanatics or Rivers and can get a sizable enough down for yourself, it's actually 70.5. So even better on Fanatics or Rivers. But some good nuggets here from Jacob Gibbs, who puts out a great Twitter account. I think he's for CBS. With 2014 bowl game MVP Cooper Rush at quarterback, CeeDee Lamb has by far the highest target rate in the league against the blitz, and his yards per route run are the highest in the league also, 5.2, which is bananas. And Cooper Rush, for all of his flaws, outside of throwing a ton of touchdown passes, he doesn't take a lot of sacks, partially because he does not wait to get anyone near him. He gets the ball out right away. His time to throw when blitz, 2.01 seconds. It is by far the highest in the league. I mean, if you're even at like 2.4, 2.5, that's fast. Barely at 2 for Cooper Rush. And now we said 44% of those targets are going to CeeDee Lamb. So get the ball out quick and get it to CeeDee Lamb. Todd Bowles, head coach, defensive coordinator, basically for the Bucs, they are ramping up their blitz rate, as is league-wide, season-long, 5th highest blitz rate in the league. Over the past month and a half, 50% blitz rate. So they are turning up the dial on blitz. And look, it's not really working. They're bottom third in yak allowed, yak over expectation, average target separation, all the things that you would want to look for explosive things here. So coming off of 13 targets, they got a dozen or more in the last few games. So CeeDee Lamb, 71.5 feels just way too light. Slop, what are your thoughts?
I like it a lot. I mean, a lot of people say they compare Cooper Rush to Dan Marino in the quick release category. He was another quick release guy, but I think Cooper's quicker. Dude, there's going to be a lot of passing in that game. That's all there's going to be from the Cowboys side. They're going to try to run. It's not going to work, and everything. It's all going to come up. Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. I mean, it's going to be filthy. Jake might get involved. Like it's going to get wild. I can't wait for that game. I don't even like to do Sunday night games before the Sunday slate. I'm dead serious. I like to really attack Sunday first. I get ahead of myself. And then I realize, I'm like, oh, shit. Do I not have anything really during the day now? Because I focused all my energy on the night game. I've done that a million times. But I had to do it this week.
I'm even sometimes reluctant to give out, if I have a Monday play, because I know you don't like Monday. You probably haven't looked at it yet sometimes. So,
yeah. It's Sunday night. Let's get through Sunday first.
Yeah.
Then we'll get to, you know what I mean?
I thought I was pushing it with the Sunday nighter, but I wanted to put it out there. Wasn't sure.
It has to be out on the streets now, though. Has to be.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun game. A fun, betting game. You know what I mean? For over guys. Connor, you're going to hate it. It's going to suck. Yeah. Everybody's going over.
I got a couple overs this week. I got 2.
I got 2 other plays in that game. I'm thinking. I think maybe at least one, maybe a second. I think
Brandon Cooks catches at least 3 balls. That's a good little parlay piece. I think he catches 3 balls, no doubt.
I tried to sell Connor on the Brandon Cooks thing a couple weeks ago. It did not go very well.
He's just too little. I get what Connor thinks. Connor's probably he's too short. Connor, what are you, 6 feet tall?
Yeah, no, I mean he just sucks.
Brandon Cooks but let's go on further. We can talk about this. I bet we get to the fact that you don't like short people. That's what happens. Sometimes guys, when they get to be 6 feet tall,
I can confirm this.
Start to hate on the shorter guys, and I think it's unfair. Just because he has to stand on a stool to brush his teeth doesn't mean he can't catch 3 balls in a football game. You know what I mean? We're talking Brandon Cooks here. So in with the quick release stuff, I know he's not easy to see over the line, but they know he's over there. 3 balls. That's it, Connor. That's it. We're not asking for any more than that. Just 3.
I will say, I mean, I've been called out for being ableist against the vertically challenged people, and so the short kings are just not always my people.
I know.
So I understand that.
I knew it. I could tell right away when you're I'm like, yeah, you don't like because he's short. The Tommy does the same thing. Tommy G. Every time we talk about Kyler Murray, and every single time, and it's bro, you gotta let it go, man. It's not a thing, dude. It's just some guys aren't 6 feet tall. It's fine. They still produce.
I'm 6'2". That's why Connor and I are friends.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'2". Some people say 6'3", but I got the we talked about this, right? The Nikes with the gigantic, the Air Max one with the gigantic whatever they're called on the bottom, and it gives me a whole inch, and I don't deserve that inch. Yeah.
One of my favorite things in the industry is meeting people in real life, because obviously you can't tell, just boxed here, how many people are giants and how many people are basically children size, fun size. And so there are some absolute, I'm not going to name any names. There are some babies, and they're talking 5'5" or less. And that's always
you immediately start thinking, have I made any jokes about shorter guys? Because I'm just kidding. I swear to God, it's a joke. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's just a joke. But it happens.
It happens.
Andy's catching strays. It looks
Andy's
like.
taking, no, I would say Andy's taller than some of the other people I'm referring to. So
No, yeah, you meet some of the guys and you're like, wow, dude, like you are just a little guy.
I knew Andy was short though, so
did you? Okay.
yeah, it was fine. You know, but,
All right, good talk.
yeah. Yes, this is a little height. We get dating advice at the top. It's just,
I still think Cooks, he's gonna catch 3 balls, and Jake's getting a few too. Like he laid an egg, but they didn't even need him last week.
Well, look, I play yards slop, so I could take 1 catch for 72 yards, and we're good. You can get all the receptions you need elsewhere.
You guys think CD Lamb can catch 4 touchdowns by the end of the season?
2 a game, 1 a game, and then 2 at some point, or he just gets 3 one game and then 1 another game. I mean, I would say you're probably
math is there.
I would say you're probably.
I think we discovered all the math angles.
There's a lot of ways.
I just round robin it all in my head. You know.
No, I like where your head's at.
He could catch none this week, and then either 2 and 2,
2 and
or
2,
1 and 3, or 3 and 1.
Oh man.
Yeah. What do you have? Are you chasing a season long?
Yeah. So I got him. He needs 10. Freiermuth needs 5. I think he's got that. Garrett
remember the Freiermuth
needs 10, which he's got 6. So it's going to be a sprint to the finish. If one of those dudes or both of them can get 3 this week, I think it'll be a great ending of the year. But I don't know if I'm going to get there. It's like 100 to get $7,000 though. So I mean, it's not like, you know what I mean? Like I took a shot. It was fun, but I didn't think Dak was going to get hurt. I didn't think CD was going to be the guy that was going to really let me down. I thought it was going to be one of these other dudes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were a disaster offensively for a little bit there,
Yeah, well, now they got Cooper.
Yeah. Dude came out of the womb throwing touchdown passes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you haven't bet any of these other ugly quarterback overs that are kind of hot this week. I mean, no AOC overs. I mean,
dude, he got hurt last time. I mean, I don't like to get mad at guys for getting hurt, but how are you going to get hurt? You know what I mean? Like we needed you, and you got a little boo-boo on your knee and couldn't play. Desmond Ritter, they had to trot Desmond Ritter out there because of him. That was an embarrassment. That set the game back at least 5 years.
Oh,
that was a terrible game.
I guess someone was on it. It opened 239. It was 239 this morning, up to 246 in most spots. I mean, I just don't think. I think they saw enough from Ritter to know that they can't really even bench AOC. He would have to throw 5 picks, I think, for them to bench him because it was just at least Minshew was kind of fine. This is. I mean, he's so bad. Oh man, look at this. We got infiltrate here. Stop betting.
Who?
All right, I don't know. This guy's getting blocked.
Yeah, that guy.
Ban user deleted comments.
Can't pronounce his name. But yeah, banned. You just got yourself banned, buddy. Thanks for tuning in.
That might be the first ban in history.
Yeah, no, you can't say mean stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Where do you think you are, buddy? Just get out of here.
Back in the day, we had a producer. He'd occasionally ban, people, but that's hey.
I have one guy blocked on Twitter. That's it. I never. I'm a.
I don't even think it matters anymore, right? Isn't blocking gone?
No ban, no block. Yep. Just why? You know what I mean? But when you say what he just said, that was hate. That's hate speech. So that's different. You know what I mean? That has to get addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. To answer your question though, Connor, the AOC at 241, I think that's what's at FanDuel right now. That ain't cool. That's inflation. That should be 215 and we could go 225, to get a little plus money. They're trying to bait us. And I'm not going to fall for it. Even though he's probably going 300 plus, we should just get paid more for having to back AOC at that price. That's a big commitment and one that I'm not really a big commitment guy, especially when it comes to AOC. Either one of them.
No, 100%. We got real quick. We can build a parlay after this. Jason giving us the rundown on what to tell our relatives when they ask us why we are betting so much. It's not betting. It's an investment. It's an alternative investment. It's like an ETF. Yep. So
I always go with advanced alternative investment, AAI.
Yep. Exactly. And we are not sports bettors. We are investors. This is 4 for 4 Invest Center,
Look, dude, you can tell people all day that you're a day trader. You're sitting you watch your screens and that is Why
Same
is
thing.
that? It's the same thing.
Same thing.
We're not
Same
just
thing.
betting like random stuff.
No.
Actually,
No.
I have a problem. I'm trying to open my mind. Like, I don't have what Slop has. Slop will get down on everything every night. I don't. Sometimes I wish my mind was open more and I can get down on some more stuff.
In
So there's
NBA.
opportunities out there. I stay in my bubble too much.
If you stay in pro sports, you're good. It'll cover you all year long. I learned that, I think, probably third grade, fourth grade-ish. Like you could go and have something every day, except for July. It's the All-Star break for the MLB. Usually the day before, day after, nothing. But that's it. So
Yeah.
go on vacation those days and then call it.
Yeah.
You want to hear my hot take on trading is that technical analysis and trading, the people who do the charts and stuff,
Mhm.
that's just chart bros and trend bros, except for traders. Like, it's just a fancy,
Yeah.
how could that possibly mean anything?
Props
triple
podcast.
candle upward down, this means this is going to come in.
Mhm.
How could that possibly make sense?
The downward dog, this has to
Yeah.
fill in. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, what do you mean fill in? And it doesn't fill in. They're like, oh, it didn't fill in. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know that's even a thing. It's just a line on it. Like, yeah, no, 100%, Connor. I'm with it. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. It means nothing. I think that the big whoever investment gave that to like E-Trade or like any retail shops all over the place. So that way morons can think that they, saying no, they're like, dude, I got these charts though. Check this out. It's got to fill. This is a candle. You're like, no, that's not. That's a line on a graph. You ass. You know what I mean? Like, you're about to lose your whole family's like nest egg because you think, I got thoughts on that, man.
I love this. No, this is good.
And depending on how far you zoom out, it looks
little
differently. So like different people analyze it in different time frames because it looks differently then and get different results.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's just like people that would be like, hey, I look at a 4-game sample of data, or a
Yeah.
season long, or I look at 3 seasons of data.
It goes in and out. And all they're really doing is they just wait until like the little guys have enough money in so that some investment firm just shorts the shit out of it, takes all of it out. They sell their shares. The thing goes down even more and then they buy it back. And now they basically just took your money. It's like, dude, I get what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you ever play poker but you got like 2 chips and then the guy next to you like just has like a mound. Like, you're dead, dude. Like, you are so
straddle
dead.
you in every time. Yeah, it's brutal.
Like, you're not going to last long at all.
Yeah.
But they still do it anyways. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great with the charts. Big chart guy.
You know who fills in the lines? DK Metcalf. Okay.
Yeah, every
He's the
day
guy
he
that fills.
Big line filler.
Big line filler. So, all right, let's build a parlay. Do we have any? I didn't make any notes for any uncorrelated this week, but I don't know. I feel like some of our props are like ready to go in terms of like perfectly aligned with building out this parlay. I didn't play any longest this week for us, like Bowers and CeeDee Lamb. Like, boom, those guys can go right into the parlay. We got some fire this weweek, Connor. Where are we building? We building FanDuel, Caesars? What are we doing?
Let's do FanDuel because it lets us throw Kevin Jennings in there. So we'll do
ATM, baby.
I love that kid.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
that's how great it was last like 2 Saturdays ago when we just already had one checked off the list. I was like, this is, I mean, we're already good to go.
We're halfway home.
Yeah. People need to know tomorrow, Saturday morning.
Dude, it's like at noon. Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys did earlier.
11 Central Time. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. 11 Central. SMU quarterback, Kevin Jennings. I don't know what the number is now. 225.
Yeah.
Or who is that?
Yep.
Yeah, C-Mac. Do we have a Kevin line? You don't even call him Jennings, dude. It's like, yes, dude. Yeah, it's Kevin. It's Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin Jennings, quarterback, SMU, just absolutely destroying his passing yards prop all season long. And then you get a spot like this where competitive game, underdog, where he doesn't have to tuck and run a bunch. Like, just
he's gonna have to throw it.
Ceiling is the roof, I believe a wise man once said. So Kevin Jennings, first leg of the parlay for sure. Love it.
Yeah, amazing.
Dude, Patrick and I are aligned this week, dude. Patrick, I can't mention some of the things you're talking about in the chat right now because we're gonna sit on some of that. But I don't know about anytime touchdown, but I'm in on the yards for sure when it pops. But yeah,
I think we should put
Patrick's
Patrick in on one. Like one of Patrick's legs should be able to get in.
Yeah,
it feels right. It's only
he's cooking. He's cooking today.
You want Ray Davis in there, Patrick? I mean, 4-1 kind of fits in our profile if we want a touchdown. I mean, I don't know if we've ever put a touchdown in, but there's some that would say we've never won one of these either. Because we didn't have a touchdown. You know what I mean? So there's that. I mean, that's right in our face.
It's a hell of a point. Yeah, I mean,
it would be nice to win one.
I want yards, but I'm the whole premise is still fine.
Well, let Patrick decide. It's his. Okay, now see, I like Z-Man.
Davis 2 touchdowns. We're seeing plus 380 on FanDuel anytime. 2 touchdowns for Ray Davis is 41-1. I feel like that might be just something we bet solo.
It might be a solo one.
Yeah. All right, so I've just been filling it out here kind of while we were chatting with our plays. Kevin Jennings 300 plus 390. DK 100 plus 340. Bowers 100 plus 325. Lamb 100 plus 255. Ray Davis anytime touchdown. Shout out Patrick. Slop, what do we want to do with? We already have Lamb. We could do Rush instead of Lamb if we want to do that.
No, I kind of want to keep Lamb. Rush is gonna be tough to put in there if we have Lamb in there, even though it's a touchdown. They still ding you, even though those two things really are not correlated. Because 1 yard touchdown to Lamb, you know what I mean? That doesn't. Yeah. I can see if it was yards, then obviously, but they still kind of ding you on that. And at the same time, we're only getting 120 anyways, so why not Thomas?
Yeah, Brian Thomas. Yep.
I mean, but here's the thing: do they ding us for Bowers being in there? Because that kind of does. In my opinion, that's correlated because
it is.
It's the old running back from DFS. You know what I mean? Like, one going off. What about the other one?
They're not really like. It's still fine. It's like they're giving us plus 997 for Bowers and Brian Thomas 100 plus for both of them. So the math's probably a little bit off, but it's not like bad enough to like. It's not like if we put Cooper Rush 300 and
yes, exactly, and it's like less than like what one might would be. Like, thanks.
Right. Okay. Definitely want to do that.
That's fair.
I have a couple other interesting ones. I think Jawan Jennings alts are pretty interesting. I think you mentioned that. I mean,
I got his yards.
Yep, I like it.
BetMGM had him 58.5 this morning. I think that they should have to close for putting like that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's been the alpha. I mean, they just played in a massive snow game where no one could do anything offensively, and then they played in a like probably the worst game of Brock Purdy's career, I would say. Like, and of course, I was a Brock Purdy bag holder that day too. But I mean, he played legitimately terrible even without the rain. So don't think that's going to happen this week. But he's been like target shares, everything. He's been like a true like Brandon Ayuk level like target share stuff, maybe even more actually.
They're saying the haters are saying Jalen Ramsey, but Jennings runs routes out of the slot and Ramsey don't go into the slot. So I mean, it's not like I don't know. I don't think that you can get shut down by Ramsey if you're Jennings just because of that.
They allowed
his last name's Jennings.
Yeah, I mean they allowed 100 to Devontae Adams, 114 to Garrett Wilson, 98 to Luka, 111 to Marvin Harrison, all in the last like couple weeks. So I mean,
yeah, I'm not worried about them. I went to I saw that, I'm like, that's low, and I looked into like Slop's talking about, and I saw it open. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I miss that at open? Like that's an egregious open number. So I did play receptions over 4.5. Drive that number down with a little bit. But yeah, I'm in on him somehow. We want to get down.
Books want 5.5 receptions for him now, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, so I feel good about my 4.5 then.
Yeah.
It was minus 130. Added the Bills money line, minus 110, guys. What's up?
Any interest in Isaiah Likely with the entire Ravens receiving core injured?
Thought it was going to be one of your plays today.
It almost did, but Rashad Bateman probably out. Nelson Aguilar out. Deontay Johnson may not matter, but out. Like they're starting like Tez Walker and I don't even know. There's some other bum that they're starting out there. So it's just Flowers, Andrews, and Likely. Whenever that's happened, usually they just put Likely in the slot and he just like operates as like, I don't know, just like not really a tight end, just like a receiver, basically.
He's a receiver, yeah.
Yeah, and his line's 24. So like we'd only need 50 yards.
Let's go 50 on him then.
Yeah,
I thought 2.5 receptions at plus money, and I thought about 4 or 5 receptions, but here's the thing though.
What's 3 receptions? Three receptions?
They can catch him. It was plus money.
Yeah, plus 106 on 3 receptions.
Yeah. They can catch him though longer down the field in a situation like that. Maybe not though, because like, all right, so remember the Chiefs game at the beginning of the year one of those, like he caught a ball and the guy kind of fell down. He tiptoed down the sideline and scored. Remember that? So I mean, yeah, sure, he got yardage there, but I mean, like 30 or 40 of those yards were like tacked on to it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe receptions might be. Just depends on how long you think Pittsburgh can hold on. I bet you they stop the run, Pittsburgh. So you're gonna have to put the ball in the air if you're Lamar Jackson. I don't know. I think that makes a lot of sense. Likely.
So we got likely 3 receptions plus 106. I think that's too short. 4 receptions is plus 260. That's not bad at all.
I think 4 is good.
Yeah, I think that's solid. If we want to go yards are 40 plus is plus 230. So it's basically 4 receptions versus 40 yards as a trade-off. 50 yards is plus 390, which I think both are fine. We're getting pretty close to a million anyway. So
kind of like 40 yards in this scenario. Pretty close though. I
like both. I think Rashad White can catch 3 balls.
Probably.
Yeah,
seems low.
I mean, that's at plus 130 at Fanatics. But wait, usually they follow. Nah, my bad. Usually they kind of follow with FanDuel from what I've noticed, but not in this case. Sorry. It was plus 108 at FanDuel. That's not enough. And I don't want to take them 4. I'm not doing running backs 4 catches. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in a game they're probably going to be winning, I think.
Yeah, that's I think too. I think 2 or 3 is the ceiling. You know what I mean? Like that's all you really want to be on the hook for.
We're at 10 to win 600K right now on 8 legs. So
that's pretty good. I mean,
yeah, we can do one more if you guys got anything else. Those were all the ones that I had written down. Noonan, I feel like you got some cooking.
Yeah, I think you got a tackle hanging out there, right? Maybe some guy getting a sack.
Yeah, well, FanDuel doesn't. FanDuel's great. They actually do full-on live tackles, but like pregame, they don't do anything. It's really weird. But
really?
A lot of fun betting live tackles on FanDuel. And because I'm not a fraud, I don't count it against my win-loss record. I just bet them live for myself. But just
nice guy.
Unnecessary shots. But yeah, sorry. I just don't understand why people count that for their win-loss record. But anyway, uphill battle. I really wanted to bet T. Higgins stuff this week. I was a little worried about the injury, but he seems good to go. I don't know if you guys have any trepidation with T not being 100% early in the week. The man zone splits with T are pretty substantial over the last couple of years. And, now we have some pretty sizable injuries in the secondary for the Browns. Like Newsom might not play. It's basically like just Denzel Ward is left because you already had some other guys already on IR. So T. Higgins, I don't know. He's already lined him right 70. So T. Higgins 100 plus, or T. Higgins. I don't know what you want to do, or if you guys just want to poo-poo that. But yeah, Higgins is interesting to me. I still got to figure out what I want to do with it.
No, I'm looking at it. There's no alt receiving yards for him on FanDuel. His regular line is posted, but no alts, which is so strange.
Here's the only thing I don't like. All right, so it's DTR for the Browns.
Yeah, I get it. That's fair.
What if the Bengals defense actually does stop somebody and it's them? Because if they were going to stop anybody, it'd probably be DTR. That's what scared me away from any of
They actually did early this year, right?
Go straight to that game, and then I realized I was like, oh yeah, there's so Jameis. I mean, I think we should boycott that game, period, just because there's no Jameis. You know what I mean? Like, just really? Like, because why would you start DTR? Like, I know whatever Jameis didn't do it. For what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you saving your season? What do you like? What message you sending here?
Want to see what you got?
Hate fun.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah, so I'm kind of mad at the Browns, and I don't know. In turn, I don't want to have anything to do with that game just because of that. So it's mean.
The first time they played, it was when Watson got hurt, and DTR came in and just absolutely stubbed his toe, like we're talking about. A couple of picks, 82 yards on basically a full game amount of attempts. So yeah, I mean the floor is pretty low there for sure. But yeah, I mean and that's fair. I mean, if we need a stealing T. Higgins game, it might not be the place for them to push it.
Well, now he's going to go for 250 and 3 touchdowns. But I'm just saying,
maybe just go longest.
Yeah,
longest.
Sweet. Yeah,
we were going through like what happened, and it was like obviously Watson got hurt, second quarter. He comes in, throws 24 attempts, 2 interceptions, and is so bad he actually gets benched. Like mid-game against Cincinnati, he gets benched for Jameis Winston on the last drive after like a terrible interception. And now we're getting a full game of him. They lined him at 211 initially.
They're onto the bullshit quarterback thing, Connor. They're onto it. Like, we can't just take the over anymore on just anybody. Like, they know what we're doing. That's what I'm trying to say. They're 240 for AOC. What are you smoking crack?
In this economy, I mean,
aggressive.
Yeah. It's like, what are we doing? It's Christmas.
I don't know how you line
11 for
Brock
DTR?
Bowers. Brock Bowers gets lined at 64.5, and you had AOC at 240. Math is not mathing. Yeah, it's not happening. So Trey Turner out here running wind sprints. He's not doing anything. So yeah, we could just do 8 legs for 600K. My family could use 600K this time. Yeah.
Or you just put. Wow, it won't even let me bet this.
What happened?
That's sad. I don't know. Max wager $0.
Oh my God.
That's so disappointing. Oh
that
man,
maybe be legal. Where is
maybe
that?
I bet too much other Kevin Jennings shit. That's probably it, honestly.
You're too overexposed on Kevin Jennings.
Yeah, I did put a bunch of like round robins with Kevin.
All right, so if you took Kevin out, or then
I mean, we can do this for the without Kevin. Yeah, it lets me bet without Kevin. Kevin's my problem.
It's too long, Kevin, if you're watching.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, we can do one for the show. You guys can bet it with Kevin, and I'll.
I can't bet it with Kevin. I'm in a prison state.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then let's leave Kevin out. That's fine. Well, I mean, we need one more then.
It's not you, Kevin. It's us.
Yeah, it's definitely not you, Kevin.
I just got a little Rashad White over 2.5 receptions and Isaiah Likely over 2.5 receptions. That little 2-leg parlay plus 383 at Fanatics right now. That's crazy.
That's pretty nice.
I mean, come on, 383 for that.
Mike Evans price also are going up like 12 yards, so nothing we can do there.
Jeez.
Yeah, I kind of like Mike Evans this week. I need him for that parlay too. I need 10 out of him, but I think he's kind of there.
Yeah, he's close. Yeah. So you want Rashad White? Why do you like Rashad White? I don't know. I haven't been.
I'm not a big Rashad White guy. I think he catches 2 to 3 balls, so I don't think that he's good in this parlay.
Oh, okay.
This is kind of a moonshot deal. You know what I mean? Like we can't be having a plus 130 hanging around. Like what's he doing here? You know.
What about Garrett Wilson? It was Devontae Adams last week. The Rams have been so bad against outside receivers.
Oh shit! I forgot it's the Rams.
Game could get hot. Rodgers is slinging it like
both of them.
Yeah, like Garrett, he's only at line at 60, so we can get like 80 for plus 200, and that puts us back at 360K. I mean, that's a good spot too.
I like it.
Okay, I'm good.
All right. Cool. Well, then we're not going to get to $1 million, but we can do 15 to win 552K or just $10 to win 368. I think I'll be fine with 368K. So I'll just do $10 to win that.
$10, 368. I feel like that's good just in time for Christmas. Gives us enough time if we need to do any last minute Christmas shopping. We'll have the money.
Yep.
You should pay out pretty quick on these.
You know what's crazy too is that we have 5 guys going for 100 yards. I mean, this is easy. If 100 yards is nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's like 350 back in the day.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean,
and I'm going to round robin by 6s and 5s just for a little bit extra fun here. You know, why not?
Yeah, why not? Probably sprinkle in a Trey Hendrickson sack or maybe something else in here. There could be some other stuff. FanDuel allows us to do that. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Before we go, let's see here. We had Drake London props a bit depressed. I just think we have no idea what Penix is going to be, or if they throw very much. That's my issue. Throw volume. Actually,
the volume. Yeah, I think we could see some shots downfield too. Like I was flirting with, London longest, Mooney longest, because I think vertical is his strength, and we saw these limited attempts, like 4 attempts in Denver, and like 2 of them when he had time were like shots down the field.
Bombs.
So
yeah, totally.
Giants are beat up in the secondary too. Yep.
Yeah. And then last one, story behind D. Thomas jersey framed. Lived in Denver as a kid and was a big Broncos fan, and used to wear this around like as a real person in college, and now don't really want to. And rest in peace, DT. He was my favorite player. So that's the 10-second story there.
Yep.
That's all I got. Anything else from you guys?
Laundry Bros.
I was a fan. I'm just dead inside now.
I mean,
It's not easy.
Money is all that matters to me.
Yeah, I used to be a real big Raiders fan. I do not care anymore.
That's not surprising to me at all. You strike me as like a. Would you wear like the spikes? Like you'd show up?
No, but I wanted to. But when I was in Florida, it was tough. It's tough because we had to watch that Buffalo Wild Wings, and you couldn't just walk in there wearing spike. You know what I'm saying? You get in a fight. But I wanted to. They had Raiders bars down there in Orlando. One was called Pretzels. It's on Red Bug Road, and it was an awesome place. It might still be one, but there was no one wearing spikes in there either.
Yeah. I mean, my fandom has definitely waned over the years for sure, but I went a step further than jersey on the walls. I named my first child Brady, so
nice.
It's a commitment. But he appreciates it now. Yeah. So it was a 50 touchdown season, man. 07,
yeah, no,
08, I owed it to him.
Hands were tied.
I thought I owed it to him. The guy did so much for me. Well, least I could do. Give my kid the name. So, all right. Yeah, Connor, jumping in the lake this week. Jeff's in the chat. Jeff in the chat, just absolutely being the worst person alive. So thanks,
yeah,
Jeff.
I'm not going to put that on screen. I'll put the other one. I do have a side bet with Jeff. If the Lions beat the Bears this week by more than 35 points, I will be jumping in Lake Michigan. Obviously, I'm not going to get hypothermia, so I will make sure of that. But as close as we can get to that without that happening, I'll make sure that I'll jump in the lake. I have no problem doing that. I mean, there's people in Chicago who do that every Friday. It's called Friday Swim Club. They literally go out to Lake Michigan, 6 a.m. They jump in the lake, and then they
punch people,
hang around, and then they just drink and party on Fridays. So
love to see it.
That's wild. That's wild.
It's fun. Yeah, good time.
I put in 4 2-leg parlays since we've been on this show. I'm addicted, bro. All the lines are coming out, man. You know what I mean? And I'm just kind of picking them off.
Last gem I'll give here. I played some of this Notre Dame backup running back Price, his rushing overs, speculatively based off of some stuff. That's all I'll say. I bet a good bit on over 36.5 on Jadarian Price and some alts.
You want to know? I've been sitting on something. The Texas kid, the running back,
yeah,
he's going 100 plus. Clemson's run defense it's hard. It's not Clemson anymore. They are not going to be able to stop the run. That kid has been. They gave him the keys. He's fine. He went for 50 or 60 against Georgia. Not his fault. That's Georgia. But if he runs the ball 25 times, which he should, he's getting 100 plus. I don't even understand how this is a thing. It's Wisner, I think, is the kid's name.
I was about to say which one. They have 3.
That's what I'm saying, but they gave him one now. They had a bunch of backs all season, and all of a sudden this kid's getting 20-something carries. And I think he got 19 last week against Georgia, but that wasn't this type of game script. I think that they're just going to just plow them down the field. Watch. And if that happens, 100 yards is nothing. And it's plus something. It's not 300 or anything like that, but it's still a good little bet.
I like it.
I like it. Slop is in the weeds in the football stuff. So
Dude,
love it.
I can't stop thinking about it, dude.
All right. Well, no matter what you celebrate this time of year, we appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it. Enjoy your time with your family. If you decide that you want to celebrate and not grind and go demon mode, then enjoy it with your friends and family. Otherwise, we'll be back next week. We won't have Connor because Connor actually does have a Mexico vacation next week.
The funny twist.
Slop and I will be here. I think you got to fill in, got to work on that. But yeah,
Jeff, you want to come on? I'm just kidding. John, you can't put my camera.
I don't think Jeff should be allowed on air anywhere.
I don't even think we're allowed to be on the internet.
I don't want the.
The dog got up again. I can't risk the yelling.
I don't want the YouTube account to get shut down. But yeah, again, take advantage of the rebet deal. More information in the show notes. High Slop when you download the rebet app. Free month through his Dub Club. Free month at 4 for 4. For Connor and Slop, I'm Ryan. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks, everyone.